They've been so good lately. I think we finally turned a corner. If you've said something like this, or heard it from a teacher or a family member, this video is important because in PDA, sudden compliance is not always what it looks like. Sometimes it is the clearest warning sign you have. We are trained by every parenting framework, by schools, by the culture around us, to read a quiet, compliant child as a success. Calm means things are working. Compliance means progress. In PDA, that reading can be badly wrong. Quiet can mean the opposite of what we think. The meltdown is visible, loud, and alarming. The shutdown is invisible, quiet, and easy to mistake for improvement. But shutdown, the nervous system collapsing inward under demand load, often does more long-term damage than the meltdown because nobody intervenes. It helps to understand what's happening in the nervous system during a shutdown response. A PDA nervous system under sustained demand load has a few options: fight, resistance, meltdown, refusal, flight, avoidance, escape. And when neither of those is available, when the environment makes resistance impossible, the nervous system can move into collapse, shutdown. The child stops fighting because fighting has no outlet. Compliance during a shutdown is not the same as genuine cooperation. The child is not choosing to go along with things because they feel safe and willing. The system is powering down, withdrawing internally, as a self-protective response. The behavior looks like cooperation. The experience is nothing like it. A PDA child who has stopped resisting may not have learned to cope. They may have simply run out of capacity to resist. Those look identical from the outside. They are very different from the inside. Shutdown can look different in different children, but there are some common patterns worth knowing. Sudden compliance after a sustained period of resistance is one signal. A child who is fighting everything, every transition, every request, every demand, who suddenly begins going along with things without protest. The change that feels like a breakthrough may be a collapse. Flat effect: less facial expression, less engagement, less spark. The child who is usually intense and reactive becomes quiet in a way that feels less like calm and more like absence, less of them in the room. Withdrawal from things they previously engaged with, games they enjoyed, people they wanted to be around, activities they chose. When the things they chose for themselves start dropping away, that's significant. A common pattern: the school reports the child has been wonderful, calm, compliant, no issues. At home, they are barely functioning. This is shutdown at school presenting as compliance. In the home environment, absorbing the full cost of what the school environment required of them. Shutdown sustained over time is one of the main roads to PDA burnout, and burnout is serious. When a PDA person, child or adult, learns through experience that resistance doesn't work, they don't stop carrying the demand load. They carry it inward. The cost doesn't disappear. It accumulates in a place that's invisible to everyone around them until the system can no longer sustain it. Burnout that follows a long period of quiet compliance can be severe because the depletion is deep and has been building unnoticed, and because no one around the child recognized it as a problem. They recognized it as success. The goal of low-demand parenting was never quiet compliance. It was a child who is genuinely well, regulated, connected, with enough capacity to engage with their life. Quiet compliance that masks shutdown is the opposite of that goal. So when the quiet comes, what's worth doing? Get curious. Ask yourself what changed. Is this genuine ease, a period of lower demand load, better co-regulation, more safety? Or is it something collapsing? The difference between the two often shows up in the child's engagement, whether they are present and connected or increasingly absent. Reduce the demand load even when things seem to be going well, especially then. If the compliance is genuine ease, reducing demands consolidates it. If it's shut down, reducing demands may give the nervous system enough space to begin recovering before the crash arrives. Stay connected without making connection a demand. I've been thinking about you. I noticed you seem a bit different lately. I'm here when you want to talk. Not interrogation, presence. The door open without requiring them to walk through it on your schedule. If you think your child may be in or moving toward shutdown, it's worth getting support, ideally from someone who understands PDA specifically. For the child, and potentially for you, as you navigate what's needed. If this sounds like what your child is going through right now, there are parents in this community who have recognized the same pattern and navigated it. You don't have to figure it out alone. Free Discord community in the description, link below. I'll see you in the next video.